This day for a long time. It's such a joy to be with you, and I think it signals the fact that the city is opening up, and I know Mayor Lightfoot has been working to that end on so many different fronts. So it's nice of all of you to show up. And by the way, we have folks following this entire event live stream for the very first time. We gather to switch on Buckingham Fountain after a year's absence on the part of the fountain. This will be the first time. It's been on in test mode a couple of times, but today it officially begins in just a matter of minutes. And it is special because a few minutes from now, it'll be turned on for the first time in a year. Before we move on to the next part of the program, I'd like to recognize the folks from ComEd. We have ComEd CEO here, Joe Dominguez, and we also have the Chicago Park District represented. This is Commissioner Kelly with us, and of course, the Mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot. Mayor, a pleasure to see you. Well, the pandemic has taught us one thing, and that is we are truly stronger when we come together. And that, I'm sure, will be the theme of the remarks you're about to hear from our mayor. So without further ado, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, whose initiative to open Chicago is underway, and this is but one feature of it today. Mayor, nice to see you.
So let's give another round of applause to Tom Skilling. Is he not the greatest? Absolutely the greatest. Tom is such an important icon in our city. Everyone I know follows him, and Tom, we're just so great that you're here this afternoon. So good afternoon, everyone. Let me also recognize Chicago Park District Superintendent Mike Kelly. This sits on Park District property, and Mike and his team do a fabulous job. As you heard, ComEd CEO Joe Dominguez, and our musical guest, Papo Santiago. Say hello to the folks over there who are going to be entertaining us. Now, with less and less COVID cases, more and more people stepping up to do their part to end this virus by getting the vaccine, we've been able to take significant steps forward in our efforts to reopen our city. Our reopening plans last month when I announced Open Chicago, our newest initiative to safely and fully reopen our city, and in doing so, promote economic activity and enhance our residents' quality of life. And as part of this initiative, we've been able to bring back so many of our city's cherished summer festivals and events. And here, we're so excited because this is one of the most important parts of summer in Chicago. For years, Switch on Summer has served as our way of turning the chapter on spring and welcoming summer to our city. And as you're well aware, we had to make the difficult decision last year to put this tradition on hold. But now, a year later, and because of the sacrifice of so many Chicagoans, we are able to once again safely gather and literally flip the switch on our iconic summer Chicago. In addition to signaling the beginning of summer, Switch on Summer will also bring our beautiful Buckingham Fountain back to life and allow it to resume its time-honored tradition of dazzling residents and tourists with water shows and a nightly display of lights and music. The Buckingham Fountain symbolizes the enormity and majesty of Lake Michigan, making it an extension of our crown jewel, our beloved lakefront, which also began to reopen over the past month and will continue in the coming weeks. When Buckingham Fountain roars back to life, just know that it's also a symbol of our city roaring back to life and returning to a sense of normalcy. After we switch on summer today, I hope that everyone tuning in will keep a lookout for the other exciting programming we have in store. And no, it's not just about Lollapalooza, but I know all of you are excited about that. Through our Open Chicago initiative, we have hundreds of live performances, cultural events, and more lined up for you to enjoy this summer. For example, today we're kicking off the first Protect Chicago music series at the Promontory in Hyde Park, which is a series of concerts we're hosting for fully vaccinated residents. If you weren't able to make this one, stay tuned for others that will be coming up over the course of the summer. And furthermore, starting Memorial Day weekend, we're also opening up our beaches and Maggie Daley Park's play garden, climbing wall, and bungee. Chicago summertime staples for our residents and visitors all to enjoy. This time last year, we would never have been able to say these things. And we could only dream about the kind of announcements that we're making today. But now, thanks to all of the hard work and sacrifice of so many across our city, we're able to say that we are putting the virus behind us, but more work to be done. If you haven't gotten vaccinated, please do so. You can go to chicago.gov, look on there on the front page, find vaccination sites all over the city. You don't even have to make an appointment now. You can walk up. But we've got more work to do, but I'm thankful that we're able to say, welcome back summer. And now with that, I'd like to welcome up Mike Kelly, our superintendent and CEO of the Chicago Park District.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, Chicago. Feels really good to say that. How about again? Good afternoon, Chicago. What a beautiful day it is today. For 93 years, we've been turning this fountain on in Chicago. This fountain, as you can imagine, attracts over 1 million visitors a year from all across the globe. And it really is a symbol of Chicago for warmer days ahead. I've been out here when it's been freezing. I've been out here when it's been warm. You know, truly, if you invite Tom Skilling to be your host, you're almost guaranteed good weather. So thank you, Tom. I want to thank all of you for coming out today, and I do want to also thank everyone who's at home. So if you're out here today, it's great to see you. It's great to be back out in the parks. And if you're at home and you're not ready to come out yet, please, when you are ready, come downtown, come to our parks, come see Buckingham Fountain. We are really excited about this. I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank the mayor for leading us and our city through some of the most difficult times we've seen in a very long time. I want to thank ComEd. I want to thank Joe Dominguez and his entire team. They've been a great partner with us over the years, not only on Switch On Summer, but they've been a great partner with us on the Polar Plunge. They've been a great partner with us at the ComEd Rec Center, which we just finished last year, which is a state-of-the-art recreation center in the Pilsen near West Side. And last, I want to thank WGN. They've also been a great partner to us. WGN helps us a great deal over the holidays, and quite frankly, we couldn't reach as many youth with the gifts, the toys, without the help of WGN. So it's really a privilege to work with them, and they've been a great support. And last, again, I want to thank Tom Skilling. Tom's been great. Tom's almost as iconic as this fountain. He's just much younger. He's much younger. But I've always wanted to say this, Tom. I just want to say back to you, Tom.
Oh, that's great.
So with that, thank you. In just a few moments, we're going to turn it on. What a wonderful event. It's great to see everyone out here. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Superintendent. That's marvelous. I wish I had something to do with this weather. Mother Nature will do what Mother Nature is going to do, as we all know. Well, Buckingham Fountain is certainly an iconic feature of Chicago. And for as long as the fountain has welcomed the start of summer, ComEd has been powering the lives of Illinois families and businesses. And here today, representing the hardworking employees of ComEd, is CEO Joe Dominguez. Come on up, Joe. Nice to see you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joe Dominguez. I'm the CEO of ComEd. I've only been the CEO of ComEd for a couple of years, and one of the very first events I ever did in my job was coming out here with my daughter and Mike. I see your daughter's here on the stage. It left a huge impression on her that this is what Daddy did at work. But it hasn't always been good. She came to this event. She ate cotton candy, ice cream, all that stuff. She watched the switch get thrown and the fountain come on, and she's come to the conclusion that every day at work I throw a big switch and eating cotton candy and ice cream. I try to explain to her it's a little bit tougher than that. And speaking of tough, Mayor, you've had a tough job this last year, but through your amazing leadership, we're here today. We're opening up the most beautiful city in America to summer. And if you haven't been to Chicago in the summer, you haven't lived. As I said, I'm a relative newcomer here, so I look at Chicago with fresh eyes. And it is, in my opinion, the most spectacular place to be in the summer. And with all the events and all the music and all the fun we're going to have this summer, come back and enjoy it. And Mayor, thank you for getting us here. And Mike, you did a terrific job with your remarks. I thought you and I are probably the two most nervous guys out here today, because when that switch goes, it better work. But your remarks did not reflect any nerves whatsoever. I know I have a few. We know the fountain's going to work. The other thing we know is that through the pandemic, 6,200 women and men at ComEd, professionals, were in the field, making sure the lights were always on when we needed them, and it was no more important than it was over the course of the last year. Our folks, I think the very first time we had a call with all 6,000 folks to talk about the pandemic, the little we knew, we didn't have all the PPE we come to have. We didn't have all the processes and procedures. But the only question they asked was, where do I show up on Monday and what do I do? And that's the spirit of ComEd. That's what this company has been about for 100 years, and that's what you get with ComEd. And Tom, you threw us a couple curveballs this year. That derecho in August was something we had never seen before, but we battled through it. And I think ComEd reflects the spirit of Chicago, battling through everything. And coming out a winner. And talking about winners, we had a contest for about 4,000 of our customers for the privilege to come out here and throw on the switch and turn on this iconic fountain. And Dominique, in a moment, Tom is going to introduce her, is going to talk about it, but she had to answer some questions that, well, the other 4,000 competitors couldn't to get this privilege. So I hope you'll welcome her here. And I just want to end by telling you what an enormous privilege it is for our company to serve the million-plus families and businesses here in the city of Chicago. It truly is an amazing honor to lead a great company doing great service in partnership with the city and Mike with the City Park District. Really a tremendous honor for all of us, and I want you all to know that. Thank you. Have a wonderful day and even a better summer.
And Joe, your folks, the way they handle these severe weather situations we've got, it's amazing. Out there in the worst possible conditions. It's an amazing organization. Thank you, Joe. Well, as Joe mentioned, a couple of weeks ago, ComEd ran an online sweepstakes with energy-related trivia questions, where the grand prize was the opportunity to flip the switch that turns on Buckingham Fountain. Well, today we extend congratulations to our winner, Dominic Laurenzuela. And I think I said it right, Dominic. We did a couple of trial runs. That's a beautiful name. Dominic is a ComEd customer from Orland Park. And Dominic, let's just talk for a second. I'll stay here if that's all right. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How often do you get into Chicago?
So I actually come every day
Yeah.
for work. I work in the West Loop, so.
And you're a medical technician, is that right?
So I work for private eye doctors. So I'm a optometric technician. So I do all the preliminary testing.
Well, I'll tell you, that's an admirable profession. As somebody who went through gastric bypass surgery, I have great respect for the medical profession, I'll tell you that. Dominique, when you come into Chicago, what do you like to do? Where are your stops, and do you have a restaurant you like? There's
right
so many.
here.
Yeah, this is
So
great.
yeah, I like coming to the Buckingham Fountain. Of course, the pizza. Love the pizza. But that's it. Mostly down here is when I do come. When I get married, I took my wedding photos down here, so this is my place.
That's great. Well, and Dominic, your husband, family is from India, and I know our neighbors in India have been having one heck of a time. I hope your family is, your husband's people are safe, and you let them know that we hope so.
Yeah, so we've spoken with them. Everybody's doing all right.
Good.
with the circumstances. So.
How did you hear about this, Dominic? I'll ask you that, and then we'll get
Via
on with it.
email.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, Dominic, it's a privilege to have you here. And the moment we've all been waiting for is about here now. Without further ado, I wonder if you'd join me in a countdown for this. And the engineers from the Park District have been here. I know they've done tests. So everybody, let's count down. A count of 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,